What's going on, everybody? So right now we are headed into the Queen Creek Botanical Gardens to pick up some bare root fruit trees. So for those of you who like fruit trees, this is like Christmas time when it comes to fruit trees and planting them here in Arizona. So you can see there are a lot of different varieties. We have peaches, plums, apricots, pleuries, apiariums, pluots, jujubes, persimmons, and many more that I'm sure I'm forgetting. But they all come this time of year, bare root, so you can get a much stronger, more established root system, and have a much better head start and probably a cheaper tree than you would just buying it from like a box store. But when you're planting one of these trees, it really doesn't start here at the Botanical Gardens or a place where you would purchase fruit trees. It starts back home. So we're going to go back and we're going to show you our hole. We're rewinding the clock and taking you there. See you in a sec. All right, so we're back at our yard showing you kind of our soil. Really with our soil, we just want to have enough room for the root system. We don't need to dig some crazy hole because we already have an established soil system in our backyard with good life. But most of you probably don't have that. So I'm going to show you what it looks like in a traditional dirt backyard here in Arizona and what we're going to do to make the soil better. So you see here I've dug 2 holes. These holes are just in regular clay soil. I also have some Fox Farm Ocean Forest that we're going to use to amend the soil. It's got bat guano and a lot of other important nutrients that'll help the fruit tree get a good start. So highly recommend that product. They're not a sponsor of mine. So we're going back to pick up the trees now. So a lot of really helpful folks here at the Botanical Gardens. They're not the only place you can get bare root trees. You can get them at Green Life, you can get them at AMP, you can get them all over the place. They just have a lot of really cool varieties here that you're not going to see in other places. A lot of the hybrids. So step 1, you got to make sure that the roots are wet. So they bury them. As soon as you get them, you need to put them and soak them in some water. I like to soak them for at least 16 hours. You could probably do as little as 6. And I like to put in some fish emulsion to make sure that they get extra nutrients. When it comes to nutrients, you can't really go overboard, but I don't put too much in here because it's pretty smelly. But it does help give them a kickstart. So then I wait 16 hours, and the next morning I come out and I'm going to show you guys why it's important to get a bare root tree over any other kind of tree. So bare root trees have an established root system. They have to trim the roots to fit them into pots, and I'm going to show you. So this is like a 3-gallon size tree, and if you look right here, that tree, those roots won't fit in that pot. You can crunch them up and squeeze them in there, but they're not restricted. They're not going the direction you want it. So now I'm going to show you how I'm mixing the soil to prepare it for the regular soil here. So you get some native soil and you get some of your amendment soil. You don't have to use Ocean Forest. I just like it. You can find some other potting soil or other soil to put in there, but that's my favorite stuff, and it's really worked well. My roots, I notice a huge difference whenever I have to transplant a plant on plants that I use this on. That just helps the roots, it kickstarts them and gets them going. So I'll put them in, and I'll, as you can see, I'm shuffling it up, making it easy for me to mix it, basically using the hole as a pot. I'm not normally this fast. I got the film on 1.5 times the speed, just so that you're not sitting here watching me fill the hole forever. I'm doing 2 holes at the same time. Same principle goes. Now I prefer a square hole. These don't look too square, but I promise you they're not round. I got a lot of edges and stuff on there that make it so the roots can't get bound up like they would in a pot. It'd defeat the purpose of getting a bare root tree by doing that. So then I'm just shoveling a little bit of the clay soil back on top, the native soil, because it's better at holding the tree in place. And then I'm gonna just keep mixing and get as much of the good soil in together. I can't mix it like I was mixing earlier with the roots in there, because I would break the roots, and that's the last thing we want to do. It defeats the purpose of a bare root tree. So the next step is the most important, and that's making sure that the root flare is not covered in dirt. That's how the tree breathes. If you cover that up, it will suffocate and die. So the last step I'm doing right here is I'm putting some more soil on the top as a top dressing. I'm keeping it away from the root flare. One thing that you would probably want to do is build a berm around it so that you have a way for water to collect, so you can really do a deep soak, and then I let it soak for about an hour. So you can see with my soil, it's really established. I'm able to just basically cover it with my hands. I don't even need shovels once I get it in there. And really, it's just a matter of making sure your position's right. So I do kind of pack it in a little bit because I don't want it to move around. And it's really simple to be able to do it in the ground here, especially if you already have an established soil. So that's the best thing that I can say for planting bare root trees, is making sure that crown is above the ground, and you'll be happy with the results, I promise. So hopefully you guys really like this video. It's got a lot of good information in it on bare root trees, and I hope that you guys get them and have a lot of success. We really enjoy you guys visiting our channel, and please subscribe, and we'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.